Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm here with the first impressions. I'm super excited for this one. I was in Walgreens the other day and I noticed a couple new displays, one being from Maybelline, and it's a new product from the Color Tattoo range. They're these, they look like liquid lipsticks, but they're Color Tattoo Eye Chrome, and they just look like a liquid eyeshadow, but they're supposed to be very chromatic, that kind of thing. And I noticed they did have 10 shades. I only picked up 3. I picked up 3, that I knew I would gravitate towards as far as shades. I checked on the Maybelline website. Nothing on there. I haven't heard anybody talk about these. The only thing I've seen, and I never saw it actually until I went searching for it, was on Maybelline's Instagram page. They did post a picture of these saying coming soon, but I haven't heard anyone try these products or talk about these products, so I'm excited to do a first impressions. The shades I picked up are, let's see, Gilded Rose. I'll do swatches on my hand here. I did swatches when I got home, and I'm not kidding you, I couldn't even get these off my hands. I just think that these could have a lot of potential on the eyes, being very long wearing. The Color Tattoo line itself is a very long wearing product, so having something that's a little bit like a one step all over the lid situation could be nice. So this is, there we go. This is the Gilded Rose, and you can build these up. So I noticed once it sets, you can go in with another layer to get a little bit more impact, but there is that one. And then I got, what is this one? Bronze Sheen. I definitely find myself always going towards the taupes and the bronzes. So there's that one. I mean, look at that. Woo! That's the bronze one. And then the last one I got is Beige Luster. The lighter shades, the beige one and then the first one, I did have to kind of build up a little bit. You still get a lot of color, but it's not as pigmented as the bronze one. Just something to keep in mind, but that's okay, because once you build up that color, it's gorgeous. So there is, that's Beige Luster. And these, once they set, I'm not kidding you, I had to use one of those exfoliating gloves to get it off my hand. And they set pretty quick. I think if you use a very thin layer, something even, it'll dry faster and then you can build it up. So I have all my makeup on except my eyes. I think I'm gonna start off with, I don't even know how to apply these. They don't give any information. I think I'm just gonna go right from the bullet and apply it that way. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to start off with Beige Luster and use this all over the lid. I'm going to work one eye at a time just because I don't know how this is going to work. It doesn't feel as wet as I thought it would. I guess I'm thinking of the Revlon, what are those? The two-ended ones. One end has a glitter and then the other end has more of like a liquid eyeshadow. Those are very thick and wet going on the lid, but these actually feel a little drier, so you can use the doe foot and blend it out. It did apply a little patchy. There's some areas that are not as pigmented. So I'm going to go back and see if I can build it up. It definitely builds up. I say go in with a thin layer to kind of set your base, and then go in after just a second, after it's had a chance to set a little bit, and then you'll get, wow, that's pretty. That's a nice everyday all over the lid kind of situation. I like that. Now I want to see if you can blend out the edges, because the problem with a liquid eyeshadow is you don't get as much of a diffused eye look, in my opinion. So let me get a clean brush. I'm gonna get a tiny one, and I'm gonna see once it's set. Yeah, once it's set, it's not really going anywhere. It's locked in place. I guess you could always go in with a shadow, and you know, a transition shadow, and just kind of work that in, but it doesn't look bad being that way, honestly. This eye being completely dry, I'm gonna go in and see if you can build up color, or if it starts to get very thick on the lid. So I'm gonna go in, I think, with, let's use, what is this one? Gilded Rose, the lightest of, I think, the whole collection. I'm gonna put this in the center. Ooh. I'm gonna go and use all these colors. Why not? Let's go into the Bronze Sheen shade and see if we can build up an outer corner here. Blend that out a little bit. If you put on too many layers and then try to go in with your finger when it's still wet, it picks up a lot of the color afterwards. So that's a fail. Definitely don't do that. One thing I did notice is when you pull out the product, sometimes you get too much on the applicator. I don't know if you can see all of that on there, but I find that I keep having to take some of the product off, and then it gets around the edge. So the fact that it is that kind of moussey texture, it doesn't work as well with this kind of applicator. I would actually prefer it to be a tub. Flower Beauty does the same kind of texture, and it is in a little tub like that. I don't know if anyone's ever tried these, but these are actually quite good. They're a little bit messy because you have to either use your finger or use a brush, definitely a synthetic one, but because you have a tub, you can control the product as opposed to a doe foot applicator, if that makes any sense. But I've layered up a bunch to create somewhat of a look. It looks okay far away, but when you look up close, it kind of looks a little messy. I think it's definitely a learning curve situation of how to use these products best, and I'm gonna try different techniques, that kind of thing. I did take it on the bottom as well. I found that it was quite easy to apply on the bottom lash line, but you do kind of get clumps on your lashes, so you have to kind of blend that off a little bit before going in with mascara. But I'm gonna go and finish up the rest of the eyes with mascara, a little bit of liner, and I'll be back for some additional thoughts. So I'm back. I have my mascara on. A couple additional thoughts as I was applying my mascara. I did notice my lashes were dry and kind of crusted over from the shadow getting on them. It is hard to avoid when you're trying to get all the way to the edge of the lid to get color on there. So that's something to keep in mind. Maybe kind of clean off your lashes afterwards, or go through them with a spoolie to help disperse if there's any product. But I did notice my mascara applied way more clumpy and dry, and I could only go in with really one coat. So I didn't like that. Also, I am feeling a little tight here on particularly the outer corners where I went in with that third shade. Overall, the look's not bad. I think it looks better from afar. I'm very particular as far as blending, that kind of thing, and you really can't with these. So I don't know if I'm going to love these as much as I thought I would because of that moussey formula. I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit more. As far as where, obviously, I don't know right now, but I will insert a little clip, or I will insert some additional footage. Hi there, I'm back. I am filming this the next day after I did this first impression of the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome, the liquid eyeshadows, and I wanted to update you all on my progress with it. As soon as I finished filming that, I felt very tight on my eyelids. You know, I was seeing a lot of wrinkling on the eyelids because it is a liquid eyeshadow. And I went on with my day and I just noticed that my lids kept feeling super itchy. I got to the point where I just wanted to claw my eyes out. It was horrible. I don't know if I had an allergic reaction or anything like that. I definitely didn't have any rashing or any type of bumps or red irritation from it, but it was so obnoxious on my lids. I think that it's just not a product for me. I think that I would recommend this product if you're a teenager and you have young eyelids, but I have drier eyelids. They're maturing, you know, I do have fine lines and kind of crepiness here and there, and this is just not my product. I've actually already gone back to Walgreens and returned them because I just know I'm not going to use them. There's no sense in keeping them in my collection when I won't use them. So I did return them to get my money back, and I just wanted to let you know my final thoughts. It was not a win for me. They're beautiful colors, good pigmentation. If you are going to try it, just get one. That bronze sheen one was gorgeous. Just try one to see, and always keep your receipt in case you need to return it. And I think that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this product and what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you like this video and first impressions in general, don't forget to give the video a big like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! I don't often use powders for my brow, but I thought that I would use this today. I've had it in my collection, and actually, I liked it. And I'm going to use the tiny little brush. It comes with a little tweezer, which are not the sharpest tips, but it still could work in a pinch. And they have a little spoolie and a little brush as well. So I'm going to go ahead and also too, I